school. I just didn't like the idea that I could learn all this in the house. I know it them, so why should I go to school? What you know, what you don't know, is what makes you different. Can I get it? Why can't I get it? Ask that question. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment in the comment section, and share this video to everyone. Hi, my people. Welcome back to another episode of Keep Building Show. This is episode 4, and today we are going to be talking about the power of mindset, shifting your perspective for success. Like, if you really, 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 really want to be successful, it has to happen in your mind. Then it comes into the physical realm. So that's what you're going to be discussing today. Let's get into the my story segment. And so I'm going to share a life story or a personal life story or personal experience with you. I have had a little bit of here and there experiences. I'm not too old, but then what I have experienced so far is what I am sharing on and what I am building on. So I'm going to share with you a story about how I got to like to learn and like to teach, and now also starting my data my tech community and teaching my data course and all that. So let's get into my story segment. All right, so for today, my story is going to be about how, first and foremost, I really didn't like going to school. Why I thought I had a valid point. Why I didn't like going to school is because I actually started speaking English before getting into like nursery. And like when I went to class, I knew 1 plus 1, I knew 2 plus 2. So why am I in nursery? Like what they are teaching me, I felt at that age, I knew them already. So why am I here to learn again? So I really didn't like going to school. I just didn't like the idea that I could learn all this in the house. I know it them. So why should I go to school? But my grandma taught me something that though I know them, I still have to learn other things in school so that I can come teach them because they taught me the 1 plus 1 and 2 plus 2. I can't teach them because they didn't go to school. So that's my mom and my grandma. I can't teach them what I learned in school. So that changed my whole perspective about about education, about school. But low key, I still didn't like the school setting. So that was what held me go to school. So in quotes, I say this. My grandma told me that I should go to school, I should learn hard and come teach those who don't know because they really, really want to learn. So that's what drives me. That's what drives me up to this point. I have gone through my secondary, my tertiary, and looking forward to do my master's, my PhD, and all that, and do other theses and all that. Yeah, so that shifted my mind as like so big. Like I realized that okay, I'm not just going to school for myself. Like it was at the back of my mind that I'm not going to school for myself, and that has been replicated in whatever I do since I started business or since I started entrepreneurship or gaining entrepreneurship skills, trying to run different types of businesses. I'll start from 2021 when I started my modeling agency. I have the passion, I have the desire to become a model, and that desire has been there for over 10 years. I haven't had the opportunity to have the right coach, to have the right mentor to take me through the journey. But then I still found the nudge that, okay, though I know a little bit because I registered in some modeling agencies and all, though I know a little bit, I could teach other people, and that will make me also grow. So I had it at the back of my mind that whatever I learn, I have to teach it. So I started MTB modeling agency. I got models under me. I was training them. We had photo shoots and all that, and that was the beginning of my, not that was another beginning of my entrepreneurship journey. Fast forward, I started anything I was doing. I was trying to any business I came up with. I was trying to find a way to share my knowledge. So I knew that eating healthy was a thing. It has to happen. You have to eat healthy. But people weren't eating healthy amongst my peers. So I was like, let me start a salad business to get them to eat healthy. So I was always trying to preach out some education in my businesses, and that brought about May Foods. So MTV Foods became May Foods. Then now, I started learning my my data analytics last year, 2023 December. And fast forward to now, I have launched or co-launched. I don't know how to say it, but I've launched a tech community with my co-founder, and I've also launched my data course, 44 data course, where I get to teach data analytics, what I am learning. So you see that with that mindset of go to school, learn what you have to learn in school and teach others has been something that has been like has changed my whole perspective of value, my whole perspective of education. So now if I sit behind my computer and I'm learning by myself, it's easier for me. And I have gone into rooms whereby some of my peers say it's difficult for them to learn themselves. So if I say that's when I realized that if you say you are self-taught, you learned all this by yourself, is a big deal. So anytime I'm introducing myself, I'm like, hi, I'm Francisca Miliana Zonki, call me Miss Miliana, and I am a self-taught data analyst with a background in statistics with economics. And when people hear the self-taught, it's like they are like, wow, you learn all that by yourself. And I'm like, yes, because I had the mindset that I got to learn to teach people, and that's changed my whole, like that is what I ride on right now. And I thank God for my grandma for giving me that mindset for at a young age, and I ride with this because I really didn't like school. And if I didn't have that mindset, or I didn't have that phrase in my mind, I wouldn't know people actually need me. And funny enough, coming to know God more for myself, I realized God also appreciates people who love people, people who share with people. So if I am sharing my knowledge with people, God really, really loves me. Like when I say something or when I pray to Him, I feel He answers me so well because it's not just me now; it's my community that are involved now. It's involved a lot of people. It's not just me; it's a full community, and it's like successful. I feel so successful now. Though you don't see it, I'm not on Forbes and all that, but I feel so successful now. So I urge you that as you go on your growth journey, you are growing and all that, have this core value, have this core setting or core statements that is in your mind that is driving you to do whatever you are doing. And that comes to you setting your mind that this is why I am on, like this is my why, right? So we get into the main show where I get to take you through some steps on getting the right mindset for success or the right perspective with your mindset. Yeah. All right. So let's get into the main show. All right. All right. Welcome to the main show of Keep Building Show, episode 4. So, in today's show, we are going to discuss ways of developing your mindset for success, right? First and foremost, I think I want to chip in this. This is not part of the script, but I think one thing you have to define, or two things you will have to define is what does success mean to you? And one other thing as well to define is what is your why? Why are you doing this, or why do you want to be successful? What's if you know why what success means to you, you also know why you are chasing the success, right? So for me, for example, I have shared with you how I learned because I want to teach other people. I am at the point that I need to learn this to teach other people. So that's what drives me. So one of my success is to impact a lot of people. In fact, one of my goal for 2025. I've not started my New Year resolution yet, but one of it is to actually grow my data course, whereby I have my data course teaches about 1,000 people next year. So like to see that people are being impacted in what I have learned and what I'm sharing with them is so much for me, and I feel that is success. So, what is your why? My why is that people need to hear this knowledge, so I'm learning, and my success is that getting a lot of people to learn from me. Basically, that's it. So you should know your why, and you should know your, like, you should define your success to yourself. Everybody's success is different. So far I haven't mentioned money, and you realize one thing I've also realized in life is also that when you are giving value to people, finance or money comes. If you don't have value, how you can't demand for money? Yeah. So that being said, I want you to know your why in life for your success. Know, define your success, and two, build your value, right? So I am here. I am building my value in tech as a data analyst and teaching people in data, teaching people data skills, and also building a tech community. So doing this is building my value, and whenever I stand in a room, I know my value, and when everybody knows my value, when I'm demanding for something, it comes naturally because money flow, like money goes where there's value. I don't know, but I'm making that up. Yeah. So the very first thing I'll tell you is to adopt a growth mindset. First and foremost, what is growth in the first place? I like to do this a lot to break things down. Like, what do you mean by growth? Let's just take a tree or a plant. When you plant a seed, you expect the seed to germinate. You expect, and we did germination in school. It goes through the process, like the seed dies, and then it goes through a process before you see the seedling coming up. And when a seedling comes up, you're expecting the seedling to grow, to come, to maybe, let's just take a tomato. You pour tomato seed at one particular place for a long time. Now you see seedlings of tomato coming up. You don't, for a while, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you keep checking on the seedling, that is it maturing. So if a seedling is not maturing, then there's a problem. You already know that, nah, there's a problem. So if you as a person, you are learning something, you are in a space, sorry about that, you are in a space and you are not like growing, like you are stagnant, every year comes to meet you at one particular place, you, even if you see a city like that, I'm sure you think it's a weed or something, you uproot it. So you should have that mindset that you have to grow from like time to time, and also be able to track your growth, right? So me, for instance, I would use myself as an example because I really wouldn't know your point, right? And me, for instance, my growth is like every month I'm not supposed to be at one particular place, or I am supposed to see improvements in my studies, or supposed to see improvements in my community, or I'm supposed to see improvements in my YouTube channel, which I haven't been consistent with. But just so you know, like, try to calculate it, just like how you know that when you plant a seed, the seed has to germinate to become a seedling. Now the seedling grows and then now starts bearing flowers, and when it bears flowers, you know that it's going to bring fruit. So you know the step by step, the step of like the tomato becoming like a fruit again, or the tomato seed plant bearing fruit. So you yourself also have to have that mark, right? Have to have that mark, and know that, yeah. So if you have that mark, that is, it's back to what I was saying earlier. If you have defined your success, you know your top success, you have defined your why. Now your why would let you know which seeds to plant in yourself. So as I am here, I have defined my success, that one of my success, that I want to impart, I want to teach 1,000 people, 1,000 plus people by end of 2025 data skills. And so now I know I have defined it. Now my why is that when they know their data skills, they are going to be good professionals in their workspace, right? So I have to let them, teach them that yes, you can be good in your career and all that. So that's why I am learning. So now I know that this is my why. So I have to learn the data skills. Aside me teaching, I'm still learning it so that I can give them concrete skills or concrete knowledge, right? So you should have that. It's very important so that you know the seeds you are planting in yourself, and that it should germinate. Because when I started studying data analytics December, I started from the basics. There were seeds I was just planting in me. I literally thought I was going to use to get a job, but later did I like the God directed me that it's not for a job, my dear. I told you to learn this, or I gave you this because you are going to teach a larger crowd. And in the tech space, data is very key. So you holding that key and giving it to a lot of people means a lot. You understand? I'm talking about a lot about me now. So please adapt a growth mindset. Define your success. Know your why for that success. Then you get to know the seeds you have to plant, the books you have to read. Like if you want to make money, you have to learn about money. Don't be deceived. You have to learn how to make the money. You have to learn it, and then now you build on it. And sometimes the learning process is a long while, but be patient. Okay. So now we move on to the next one. That is focus on positivity. Do not miss like a chance on pushing yourself in the positive direction. I always say this: negative has a whole, like, I don't know, like, in fact, let's say this, like, negativity has a whole energy that is so draining. I won't lie. Like, negativity has a whole, like, it's bad. I won't lie, it's so bad. And when you draw on positivity, it really pushes you, it makes you feel good. Yes. And like, every energy you give out is what comes with you. So if you are giving, like, you are riding on positivity, immediately your environment starts to change to bring you positive vibe. And positivity means good news, success, like growth and all that. So please adapt a positive mindset, or adapt a positive energy. Do not think that everything, like, do not think it's impossible. If so far as you have God, it's possible. Okay. So have that mindset as well. So the next way is practice gratitude. Like, I don't think we do that often. I personally am now practicing it, and I'm like, I have to get maybe a gratitude journal, a gratitude jar, because it's very important. I just started with my community, not my personal community, but another community I find myself in, that I have to share a testimony of what God has done for me every week, just so that I know that, like, God is with me, just so that I know, like, I show him my gratitude every time. Because the little things we overlook it, and God is like, I mm-mm. So practice gratitude. Remember all that you are doing, where you were and now where you are. It's a big difference. You have to thank God for that. Also, not just God, but thank people who help you, right? Thank people who are available for you. Thank people who, like, get you, who just push you to do best. They, like, you giving them the accord or the recognition that you are appreciative of what they are doing for you, makes them feel good, and then make them also root for you more, and gives them, like, it's like you fuel the energy to get more of that push to get a do more. One other thing I'll say about gratitude is that it opens doors for you. You may never know. Like, sometimes you just meet one person who just do something for you, something minute, and then afterwards, like, you forget about it. But if you practice gratitude all the time, it's part of you. I think one thing my grandma did train us in with was, if um you do something for her, or she does, you do something for her literally, she will thank you that day. I mostly, let me use me as an example. I go to the market for my grandma almost every month, and when I go to the market, she's thanking me. I get come back, cook for her and all that. She's thanking me. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. The next morning, I think it's something that's not like, kind of like my monthly duty for to her. But then the next morning, even if I'm not around here, she will call me and say, thank you for yesterday. You went to the market for me. She does that, and she also makes sure you do it too. So when someone comes to just you something that day, what do you say? Thank you, auntie, thank you, uncle. And the uncle stays over, or like the next morning. Have you called uncle? Have you called auntie to thank him or her? Like, that is it. So I am so grateful for that experience. So it taught me that if you like, and most of the time, those uncles and aunties come back, and then they are so happy to give me again, because I am showing my gratitude. So it's very, very important. Okay. Do not underestimate it, and do not say thanks. Like, now, I typing thanks is so difficult for me, because thanks, like, if you are typing, like even if it's a text you're sending to the person, thank you, uncle, makes a lot of sense than thanks. So try it. Okay. So the next way is all right. So the next and final point I'll make, or final way I'll make for this video, is that surround yourself with growth oriented people. Do not go and get anybody who just then talk about anything. Surround yourself with growth oriented people. I did that, and I have seen so much growth in my life this year. I have moved from being an employee. Sorry, I have moved from being an employee. I have moved from running down business. I mean, running down business. The business didn't go up. Run down businesses. Like I think about two or three businesses. Then I have now moved to start a full community on its own, and it's like bringing in a lot of clients, and also I'm employing people under the community. Like, and this whole thing happened, or building a community happened, when like I changed my whole space. I changed the people I talk to. I'm talking to people. We are talking about God almost every weekend. We're talking about like how to grow and all that, and it's so beautiful. So if you see that this person is not talking about how to make my how to make money in the future, how to like impact others, how to grow from where they are, like looking open, I don't know. Right now, if I work with people who are just like talking about local stuff, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with around these people. So I have grown that the people around me too has to be growing. You can't be with me and still be at one place. That is impossible. Like you can't be with me and don't feel the impact. Like you should grow. And that's what I am recommending for you. Get people who are also growth oriented, goal oriented. They are going somewhere. I can see this. Maybe next year I want to get my masters done. Be like, okay, what are we doing? Do that. Next year my business has to hit this milestone. What are we doing? That is the energy we are looking for, right? Okay, so now we've like I have unpacked a lot. Seriously, I have unpacked a lot, and I'm so proud that we are doing this. And do not, one thing I'll say again is that your mind, your mindset is what is going to change your whole life. What you know, what you don't know, is what makes you different. What you know and what you don't know is what makes you different amongst your peers. I am rooting for my data community. I mean, my data students, that they become so confident in whatever they are learning, that when they stand in a community, like when they stand in a company, they can like boast about or talk about what they are delivering. And if you don't know it, you can't go and boost up, like you can't go and talk with confidence about it. So what you know and what you don't know makes you different. And so please feed yourself with the right materials, read the right books, watch the right movies, listen to the right songs, amplify yourself for positivity. Surround yourself with the good, like with the right friends who are pushing you to do extra, like go in for the extra bonus. It's never bonus is never too much, right? Going for the double ones, everything is very important, right? So in this video, all I want you to take home with is like your mindset is everything to bring you the success you need. Okay. So now we move on to the lesson from a podcast. All right, so it's time for a lesson from a podcast, and today's podcast will be from Jay Shetty. I think I would get to a point whereby I pick up a podcast and we discuss it. We'll get there soon, but now let's try and build a consistency for this one. Okay, so Jay Shetty, and go watch Jay Shetty's podcast. They make a lot, like have a lot of knowledge for us, right? Jay Shetty always, like not always, but spoke about the power of your mindset shifting. It has the ability to reflect in your reality, your mindset, your thoughts, what you are thinking about has like reflects in reality. Like someone will say, how does that happen? Try it and see and come and tell us how it happens. But it really do happen. What you think about is what that will manifest, like that will come into reality. So please go watch Jay Shetty's podcasters. I don't know. Like it's kind of like a free ad, but then you get this. But it's one of the podcasts that hold me on and that keeps me going and that makes me understand or get the knowledge I need, right? So these are some of the things you have to listen to have the right mindset and all that, right? So now we move on to question for the day, and that will be done with my laptop. Okay, so let's get into it. All right. Okay, so it's now time for question of the day, or yeah, question of the day. So the question for today is, what is the one negative belief or thought pattern that's been holding you back? Do I even have one now? I don't. What is the one negative belief or thought pattern that has been holding you back? Like find out what that is. Maybe you want to, maybe you are writing an exams or you want to start your master's application, but you are feeling like, oh, would I get it, will I not get it, and all that. That's a negative thought coming in. So if you identify that, now find out how do you shift that perspective into like a positive one. So can I get it? Why can't I get it? Ask that question, and then that push you to do, like, to apply for that masters or going for that exams and pass. All right, so we've come to the end of episode 4, which is the power of mindset and getting the right perspective to success. Thank you for listening to me, and please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that Miss Miliana has dropped another video, and this time around she's talking about the power of our mindset, and she shares a story about how she educates people while she also learns. And please subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment in the comment section, and share this video to everyone in your contact or in your network. Thank you so much for watching, and it's bye for now.